Again, we're using substitution in order to solve systems of linear equations. Here's my system right here, and I want to find my solution. What is my x and what is my y? So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to solve for one variable in terms of the other. So which variable should I solve for? Well, I see that I have an x, all by itself right here, which makes me want to solve for x and get x by itself, since this is going to be the easiest thing to get by itself. Anything else, we would have to do a lot of dividing, which is more complicated. So let's get that x by itself over here. So let's rewrite this top equation. X minus 4y equals negative 13. Let's solve for x by adding 4y to both sides. And that way our 4y will cancel, and x equals 4y minus 13. So now we've solved for x in terms of y. Now, second step, you want to substitute into the second equation. So if x equals 4y minus 13, I want to take this and I want to plug it in wherever I see x in the second equation. So instead of writing 7x plus 2y equals negative 1, my x is now equal to 4y minus 13. So I'm going to take that 4y minus 13, I'm going to plug that into here. And that is the main point of substitution. So 4y minus 13 plus, now I'm going to finish writing this out, plus 2y equals negative 1. So now I completed step 2 and I substituted into the second equation. And now I want to simplify and solve for the other variable. So let's simplify this by using the distributive property on this. So 7 times 4y, that's going to be 28y. 7 times negative 13, a little sidebar here since I don't have a calculator, 13 times 7, 121, 1 carry 2, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 91, negative, alright, minus 91, okay, let's finish writing, plus 2y equals negative 1, using my distributive property. And now I'm going to combine my like terms. I have a 28y and I have a 2y. They add up to 30y. 30y minus 91 equals negative 1. And I want to get my y by itself, because what am I trying to do? I'm trying to simplify and solve for the other variable, which is y. I'm trying to solve for y. So let's add 91 to both sides. And my 91's cancel over here. So I have 30y equals negative 1 plus 91 is equal to 90. Now I'm starting to run out of space a little bit, so let me fold this up. Here we go. Now 30y equals 90. What are we doing? We're simplifying and solving for the other variable. Divide both sides by 30. Y equals 3. So now I solve for y. Y equals 3. And now my next step is to plug my solution, y equals 3, into one of the original equations. So what was my original equation? My original equation, these were my original equations, my original system of equations. So what I'm going to do, since I know that y equals 3, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my original equation and I'm going to take my knowledge that y equals 3 and I'm going to plug that y into one of these. So which one should I plug it into? I could plug it here and here, or I could plug it in here. I think it would be simpler to plug it into the first one, but why don't I go ahead and plug it into the second one, just so that I'm not always plugging it into the first equation. It doesn't matter which one you plug it into. So 7x plus 2y equals 3. So 2 times 3 equals negative 1. 7x plus 6 equals negative 1. I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. 7x is going to be negative 7. Divide both sides by 7. And x equals negative 1. So y is 3. X is negative 1. So the solution to my system of equation is negative 1, 3. And there's our answer.